All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Been watching me since 2010, almost from the very beginning. Thank you so much. Can you believe it's going on 13 years? I started here in 2009. So, yeah, you've been here almost from the very beginning. Thank you for the loyal support and viewership. Syria Amar, welcome. Hello, Top Dog from New England. Avon, my buddy, what's up? Before I get into what I want to talk about, I want to let the room fill up a little more. But while you guys are here, you know the routine, the politic of this environment. Yeah, time has gone fast, and the world has drastically changed a lot since then, right? It's drastically changed in just the last year, for real. Good to see you too. Shin Warrior Goddess. Thank you. Welcome. Shondell, welcome, buddy. Okay, let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right with you. Yeah, you remember when I was talking about the censorship back then, and people thought I was reaching and thought I was crazy. There was some people had the nerve to imply that I was being arrogant because I felt like I should get had more views and subs than I rightfully deserve, and it was never about a popularity contest. I was citing what I was observing. I was probably a part of that pilot that they were doing back then, which is in full effect now. So yeah, that is another thing that I was saying way back when is out in the plain open. That's why I say there's nothing happening right now that's shocking to me because I've been seeing it for years. It's just out in the open now for everyone else to see. And believe it or not, there's still people who still won't see it. And so here's why I've been saying for years, and I hate to say it because I hate to see people getting hurt and having their lives destroyed. But it's one thing when you try to make people aware of the truth, but it's another when they are confronted with it in every aspect of their life and they are forced to learn. They got to burn to learn. I've said it for a long time now. For it to seep in, it meaning our lessons, to change, to really develop discernment, empathy, and compassion, for that to really seep in on a soul level, we have to burn. We have to feel it. We have to feel some kind of deep turmoil, some kind of trauma, the impact. It has to be there and sealed in the soul so that as we travel forward, we don't repeat the past. Now, if we repeat the past, we know this in our current physical life, what happens? It's worse than before. So the heat simply keeps getting turned up more and more and more until we learn from the burn. So, like I say, this is just how, you know, people got to learn. So, I've said in my lives in the past that in order for certain things to happen, a certain series of events must play out, right? You guys who've been watching me for years, I've been saying there's a series of events that must happen, that must play out before we can come to that great place that we are all striving for. That ultimate self realization, really knowing and discerning truth from lies, seeing the wolves in sheep's clothing, you know. So those series of events have played out and they are ugly. They're not comfortable. I've been saying for years, it is not going to be easy and it's not going to be comfortable. And we're not quite there yet. It's going to get worse before it gets better. It's about to go to another level. Thank you, my hair. This is probably the longest I've grown it out, and my hair grows really, really fast. Sometimes I think people, I'm kind of going off track, but thank you for that compliment. My hair grows really, really fast, but it's not growing as thick as it used to. But I'm trying some different things, so thank you for that. But getting back to the point of what I wanted to come here and briefly chat about is everything that is going on in the world right now and how bad it is. And I want to send my sincere condolences to those who have lost loved ones as a result of what is going on and what is happening and what is still unfolding. Lives have been turned upside down. Families have been decimated, destroyed relationships, and so on and so forth. But again, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir when I tell you guys that unfortunately these things must play out, but no matter what, you must stand on your square and you must stand your ground no matter what. The cognitive distance, what's up, weird child, my buddy? I almost said your actual name. uh, I'm going to protect your identity. But yeah, cognitive dissonance, yeah, there's a lot of that going on too. Because for anyone to see what is happening on a worldwide stage and think this is a good thing, these people, these are people who I try to find a place of inner compassion and ultra standing, and I have that, but at the same time, I clearly see what must happen for them to see the truth, to know the truth. Like I say, it's one thing if someone warn you and tell you, but it's another when you're forced to face it head on. And there are still people who are still clueless as to what's really happening in this country, really all over the world, but especially in this country. See, these people, they can't fool people like me. This is why they have been censoring and suppressing certain people for years, and they it's gone to another level because I one of my best quotes: "He who controls the flow of information dictates our perception of reality." What does that mean? That means most people, I'm not going to say it's most anymore, but a great number of people cannot and will not go outside of or think outside of what they are being taught, told, and fed. And there are some people who still believe that the so-called leadership really care about them. And I'm not saying there are not a few there, but by and large, hell no, they don't. These are people who are only caring about preserving their power, trying to be and play our gods. And they will do anything and everything to get it and sustain it. But there are people who still really believe that these people care about them and they're doing certain things and pushing certain things for the betterment of the whole. So they're going to have to find out the hard way. I hate to see it. I don't like to see it, but it must play out. Can't get no clearer than that. So if one is so confident in their truth and what they share, they would have no problem having or allowing a difference of opinion, right? But what always people who are weak in their position, what they do is they, especially when they have the resources and connection to do so, they block out any real competition so that the people who really don't know any better won't seek out to do better or be better. People who are really confident in who they are and what they present and what they're about have no problem allowing someone else having the same space, giving a difference of opinion or different point of view. But we don't have that right now. You guys clearly see, and of course, I'm in someone else's house, meaning this platform is not mine. I abide by the rules. I don't have any copyright strikes. I don't have anything, although my channel has been heavily suppressed and censored since day. And I'm going to keep saying that because those who have done this, there's going to be there. Some of them are already paid and paying the price. And I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about for others. They're going to pay for that because I did not consent, and I made it clear that I don't and I did not consent. Now, it's one thing if you do these things and we are oblivious to it, but I've clearly stated my intention, and I'm connected to source, and I'm connected with some higher powers, and I made my intentions and my role clear here. So when you violate, you already know there are consequences. Even those of you who are watching who have tried to psychically attack me, you found out the hard way. Some of us down here ain't playing with y'all. And I'm telling you, you're gonna mess with the wrong ones. You already pissed off a lot of beings here and beyond. You ain't seen nothing yet. So, and this goes to those who are down here getting payouts and going along with the program and seeing all these diabolical things, and you're just following orders or just going along with the program, and you think that you're, oh, I'm just following orders. You're not going to pay consequences for your role in this global madness. You're going to pay too. There are consequences to everything we do. There's no getting around it. And everybody is not going to be forgiving, love, and light, and all this kind of stuff. Let me put it like this. There are beings around me that they don't play. And they're not playing. And this is why I say things about to really get turned up. And the reason why we hadn't had a real breakthrough just yet is because some trajectories have changed. What the Star family was trying to do was avoid an all-out civil war. But it looks like that's going to have to play out to some degree. It's going to have to play out. It looks like, and I actually predicted this a year ago, either in a live or I wrote in one of my blogs, that civil war is imminent. Oh yeah, and especially when those who have harmed their loved ones, who had those higher level connect. Oh man, it's no joke. We are in the middle of a multi-dimensional war. We've already won, but we are going through the pain and struggles of experiencing how we got to victory and why we will never repeat what has been done in the past. This is basically thousands of years of filth, degeneracy, evil, call it what it is, that's coming out in the surface. Like I said, it's like a mad dog that's cornered, and now they're coming out swinging with everything they had. So will things go back to normal? No, not the normal we knew before now. No, the normal that we were comfortable with, no. We should have never been comfortable with that kind of normal, with all the evil and oppression and the I mean, you guys know, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir. No one should ever, no caring being who cares about their bloodline and preserving their bloodline and want to plant seeds in this collective reality should have never been comfortable with the normal we had beforehand, because it was out of balance and it was just all out not healthy, where everyone could equally strive. We should never be comfortable with that kind of normal. But after the dust settle, will we have a new kind of normal that will be a better world for everybody? Yes, absolutely. This is what we've been talking about all along. But it's a bumpy ride getting there. I also, Shondell says, I also had to defend myself too, that are attacking others, forcing their truth down our throat, telling us what, yeah, that, and that's problematic. But that was socially engineered. Some of these people, they just don't know any better, and some of them know better, but they're selfish and they're trying to project and say those of us who won't go along with what they want, that we're the selfish one. How we're the selfish one if you're freely making a choice that you want and you're supposed to be protected, but you're getting angry at someone else who don't want that. And then you're okay with basically someone. Imagine if I were to go out with a gun to someone's head and I tell them, you better not blink again. If you blink again, I'm going to blow your head off. What would you consider that? Now, you know, inevitably they're going to blink. They're going to have to. But if I walk up to someone and say, you better not blink, and if you blink, I'm going to blow your head off, right? The person has no other choice but to blink. What would you call that? Now, I know that's a minor way of drawing home the bigger picture as to what's really going on. Does that person really have a choice in that scenario? And is that fair? And is that right? No, it isn't. So how is it any different with anyone, regardless of their position and power, literally trying to play God and make people do something that they don't want to do? Life is a risk. Every day before this even happened, there are all kinds of things that can cause us to leave this plane. Things we do every day without thought. The common flu was killing, even more contagious, really. It was destroying many more lives, just as many lives, but there wasn't a force to go and get that to prevent others from getting it. So for there to be such a push now, it can't be about saving lives, especially when we see they are letting people come into this country by the millions without the same kind of pressures. Now, you make that make sense if they really care about the so-called numbers going down. Make it make sense. Suppose 34 people in the room, 21 likes. What's up, y'all? Let me see what y'all talking about. Hey, ABB, ZB, do you have any takes on multivitamins, as in if they really help you, if you take them every now and then? I've taken them and they work, but I'm going to tell you the best protection is getting sunlight, getting out and getting that natural sun, including that, but definitely natural sunlight is the best. Okay. But right now, I'm not taking any vitamins or anything. Once in a blue moon, I'll take like maybe something my sister would offer me. But just standing in your own light and being fearless and doing your best to exercise and periodically detoxing, fasting. I'm not one of those people that try to tell everybody how they should eat. I'm sharing with you what I have been doing for years, and that is, on average I eat one meal a day. I eat one meal a day, excuse me, maybe some snacks or something light in between, but for the most part, I eat one meal a day, and I only eat when I feel hungry. I drink lots of water, um, and I love the sun. The sun is me, you know, and I watch how I think, because some of these things I see going on, it is really, I have to find my center because it's really infuriating. Because I hate to see people suffering, and I hate to see lives destroyed over lies. The lies and the deception is beyond epic. And the more we move forward, the more you're going to see it. You guys have already seen some of it. You ain't seen nothing yet. Have you astral projected recently? I do it all the time. The reason why I don't talk much about my astral projection experiences is because a lot of it is related to things that are going on now. We're in war, and when you're in war, you don't let the enemy or let the right hand know what the left is doing. You don't talk about certain things because the enemy, the adversaries are watching too. But I will share some experiences. I've just kind of gotten to a place, and I'm just going to be honest. I'm just not much into making videos and stuff anymore. It's like my passion is doing it for this long, and with all of the censorship and the blocking and the lack of support and appreciation, and a lot of videos are out there that most of y'all still have not seen. It gets to a point where it starts feeling like I'm wasting time. So I'm at a place now where I would rather invest my time in something that makes me feel like I'm being purposeful. There's a ton of information that is in the archives. You guys can always go back and look at an old video I'm sure that you have not seen, with some gems in it that's very relevant to now, because that's what I've been mostly investing in all these years, giving free advice, free how-tos. I'm probably one of the few who put out so much stuff for nothing. You guys, periodically, I get donations once in the blue moon, and I appreciate that. But for the most part, I'm probably one of the few who had given so much for gotten next to nothing in return, because I genuinely did it for the people, because I know this is what I'm here to do. So, but I'm still doing what I'm here to do, but I'm doing it in a different way. Food is lacking soul in this day and age. That's why, yeah, and that's true. Everything is polluted now. So the people who are out there pushing veganism, I'm not saying you can't be vegan. As a matter of fact, I switch up my diet. I eat a little bit of some of everything here and there, but I greatly cut back my sugar. Now, I've always had a full face. That's genetic. I can't really do much about that. That's why when people see me in person, they're actually shocked at how small I am, because I think my full face gives the illusion that I'm heavier than what I really am. When people see me in person, they're shocked at how small I really am. I'm just a natural medium build, right? But um, I've cut back sugars, sweets a lot. I used to really eat a lot of candy and sweets, and I've cut that out a lot. I haven't completely deprived myself. Every now and then, if I want it, I'll eat it, and I'll drink a lot of water, and I'll purge my body of it and keep it moving. But everything right now is polluted. But there is a cleanup happening, because again, as all the filth and debauchery, the lies, deception, and the wolves and sheep clothing, their masks come down and their claws come out, you got all these beautiful things that's on the ground level that's being built and put together, so that when this fall, that's why we're not going to go back to normal. It must crumble, it must fall, but in the place, something more beautiful and harmonic and peaceful is coming up. So yeah, The whole diet thing, I've already done a video on that. You guys can look in the archives. I don't want to beat a dead horse. If you resonate with it, by all means, go for it. If not, as set out or send out the signal for clarity that works for you, and then allow the process to be what it is. Okay, let me go back because I missed a lot of shout out to I am my Magdalene Mine. That's one of my most loyal supporters ever. Shout out to Kitty Lulu, who I don't think is in this form. Again, another loyal supporter. And I want to thank those who have stopped and taken the time to stream my music on individual tracks are on most digital platforms. I had to push my album back again because the forces are at work, y'all. They don't want me putting out this CD because, and I'm not saying this to promote or push. This is why, again, they want to control the music because they can still control who hears stuff on the internet. But when you get those sounds re-recorded on multiple CDs where you can hand it directly to people, I am literally dealing with something unprecedented. The manufacturers even told me they've never seen anything like this, where the CDs that I ordered, the package is professionally done, looks great, but when you play the CD, it's playing horribly. Or you play it in a different system, you can't. It's a mess. So I had to send them back, and I'm looking at another manufacturer because what I feel was done, they try to cast a spell on the CDs, and it doesn't work. Because I already state the intention, no spell will work on my CDs. Because the music, CD, the sounds, the vibration and frequencies that we put into that is going to affect the listener. And because of the intent and the power and the energy that is behind it and the soul that's in it, the listener, this is why I say this is another part of my role. I'm not trying to be, I would never want to be famous. Never, because I know what that involves. I'm not doing this to be famous. I'm doing this as a continuation of what it is in terms of my job of helping to elevate consciousness and raise frequency and vibration. So sound, music, that's why I can literally create a whole song by myself with no help. Not many people can do that and sing all the harmony, all the part. That's very rare. Usually it takes a team of people to do that. I was given that ability because it's a part of my ministry. So when I ask you guys to go out there and to support the music, play it and listen to it, learn the lyrics and sing along with it, it's a part of you helping you. And some of you guys have followed the advice, and you've talked about how you feel something when you hear the music and when you sing along with it. That's what it was designed to do. And so there is a concerted effort to block me from getting the CDs out there. So I have to push it back again. This is my third time pushing it back. And so again, this is going to come out. This is what they've been doing for years with the music. Put casting spells. Now you understand when you go to a concert and you see people like jumping around looking crazy and almost like they're possessed and going crazy over the artist. They're under a spell. They cast spells in the music. This is real. And they doing it with gospel music as well. Why do you think they call it gospel? It's all of it. And when you're an independent artist that don't want to make deals with them, they're right there trying to block you from succeeding. And when I say you, I mean the artists, the musicians. That's an artistry. That's a anointing. That's a gift. That is one of the most powerful tools and most powerful things anyone can do because music is universal. If the sound and vibration is right, you don't have to cast spells in it to make someone like it. But I know why they're really casting the spells in it. I have not put no spells in my music, and I don't want it there. It needs to be authentic and organic the way I created it, raw. real soul music with a message, with meaning. Okay, so, and for those who have donated, um, my if if you want to see me make more, I'm just going to be honest. If you guys want me to do more videos about astral projection, I have to be incentivized at this point. Really, if you want to see more videos, you either have to support the music or donate to me. I gotta feel like, okay, the people, they appreciate it, and I found that, and this is one of the things I had to come to grips with, because at one time I was getting very angry and bothered by it. When you just give people stuff, they don't appreciate it as much. I noticed that. Here's why: those who are the most fraudulent, they make people pay for everything, and it's a bunch of stuff they took from someone else, or it's fraudulent. But because they make people pay for it, and they pay for it, they appreciate it more. So that's where I am now. So if you guys want to see me make more videos about astral projection, now I'm going to continue to make stuff to encourage and uplift, but stuff like that, you have to incentivize me, because y'all know this platform is not paying me anything. They definitely made sure I don't make anything here, and they're going to pay for that too, by the way, because I'm not the person to consent to be stolen from and to be cheated. I don't play that with no one, and you're going to pay one way or the other. I'm that guy. To those who it applies to, okay, I can't wait to listen and dance. I've been a little nervous about dancing and music because of the spells. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that with me, and there's no spell. And again, the place that I got my CDs originally manufactured from, they tried to put a spell. They kept 5 CDs. Why do they need to keep 5 CDs? You have the file, and this is a standard practice with this particular organization. What's up, Goddess Awakening? Yeah, I'm on PayPal. It's Astro. You guys can always find me by my name, Astro Boo Baby. At on PayPal, it's Astro Boo Baby at PayPal.com, and on Cash App is Astro Boo Baby, and then I have another one that's Astro Boo Baby 2. Either one. And I want to thank all of you guys who have shared my music and who've given me, I've had nothing but positive feedback. And I know every music is not everybody's taste, but I promise you, no matter what your taste, if you listen to the whole city, because it's eclectic, I really can't describe it as R&B or this or that, but it is soul music. It's just soul music, but it has a mixture of all kind of stuff depending on what song you listen to. So no matter what your musical taste is, you will find at least one song on this project that will resonate with you, and if you listen to it, it will help you on a soul level. It will inspire you and uplift you on a soul level. Hey, long time no see, uniquely me. Wiggins, now that's what's up. Now, I want to come back to what is unfolding on the global stage. I said before this, about a year ago, because I get my timeline so mixed up because I'm so disconnected from time. But I said that the more they push, the more the people will rise up and rebel. Now, if you're looking at these heavily controlled websites, heavily monitored sites, or the mainstream media, you won't really know just how massive the pushback is. They're not going to show that because they want to give the perception that the majority is just going along with this stuff, and they are not. This is where the people, and when the people find out what is really happening, It's going to. I'm telling y'all, I already see it, and I even predicted that we will see some vigilante type stuff going on. It's about to get really turned up. Okay, it's the vibe of your music that matters most, right? I'm gonna go back up to the top. So, hello, check out my drawings in the link of my video. I think you like them as a spiritual person. Unfortunately, fam, that link has been broken. They won't allow people to share links in these platforms. Again, it's another form of censorship. I don't mind anyone promoting on my platform. I've never had a problem with that. But the system, I didn't know you had YouTube channel too. I just look up your YouTube channel. The way, he's had a channel for years, Shondell. I found it odd that you intuitively said a few months ago that reparations are on the horizon. I think that's amazing because I honestly, yes, the reparations. Now, here's. I'm glad you brought that up. Remember what I said about the reparations will be used as a carrot to get those those of us of color, because a lot of people of color don't trust it, and rightfully so, right? So when that doesn't work, that's backup plan. Basically, you get your reparations. You're going to have to apply for and prove your ancestry, and to go and fill out the papers to come in the building. You're going to need your card to prove this is what I got. And then there's also going to be reparations to Americans for what is happening now. It is, and I'm not going to say so much because they probably interrupted Clive. I'm telling you, when the dust settles, this is going to go down in history on a Holocaust level. I'll leave it as that because people still not seeing what is happening. It's a silent war, but now it's about to get obviously loud and noisy. So reparations will have to be paid for that as well, and the wealth and all of the things stolen from the people would have to be returned to the people. But again, more series of events must play out, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fun, but stand your ground. The strong will survive. These people and their otherworldly helpers, they're not going to give up. They're not just going to walk away and give up. They're not. That's just how they're made. Australia's in the house. Yeah, you guys over there are making waves. And what they don't understand, they who are trying to control the flow of information, but they don't understand that there's work going on a dream state, on the astral state. So where the information is blocked off here, again, remember the veil is thinning. So we're able to do more. So when you close and block one door here, those of us who know how to do it and have those connections, we'll just go and kick down another and get it to the people in another way. So even if we don't see what's going on in other countries, we are getting those downloads in a different way and being inspired to do the same thing. I'm both. Am I psychic or intuitive? I'm actually both. But I don't like psych because psychic has been ran in the mud. I like to call myself an intuitive seer because unlike the way I don't get my readings in just one kind of way. That's what makes me very unique. Most people I know who have this ability, they pick up in like one way, or they go about getting it in one way. I can get it. I've gotten it in every way you can imagine. Australia is terrible. Oh my god, yeah. And look at what's happened in California. Now that is the spell hub of the world. So what usually happens when they start planning to spell work and doing certain things there, the goal is to have it ripple throughout the rest of the world. Okay? But again, the people are waking up, and I must tell you guys at this point, we all must get away from this racial politic bullshit, this sexual identity politic, all these political games they are playing, using to divide and distract the people. All of y'all need to come off that shit. And I'm talking to my people. Y'all need to come off that shit because everybody is being attacked. It's under attack right now. Here's where we need to realize that when it's all said and done, the average working class American, we in through the eyes of the vipers, they see us all the same. Of course, they're going to always give one a little bit more than the other to keep the have and have not games going. But at this point, none of us should be playing into those politics. It's okay if you choose not to answer this, but it's this connection between the Jews and negative energy. It's some of everything. It's not just one. It's not one group. It's not one. And my people of darker hue, you all are really delusional if you really think some of people look like us ain't involved in this too, or going along with it, playing a role in it, because they think as long as they got a seat at the table, they good. But I'm gonna tell you how the opposition works. What they do is when they see someone that they can use to further a goal or agenda, and they offer a price, because they, in their mind, everybody has a price, right? So what they do is, if they'll offer you a deal, and they'll make sure you will get some nice little trinkets, a little, more crumbs than everybody else, and the illusion of inclusion and all that. But I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen, whether they get it or not. What always end up happening is those who betray their own kind for little trinkets and play the game, you'll be the first they eliminate. Because they're thinking, if you were traitors to your own kind, imagine what you would do to us. Even the most diabolical reptilians have a level of honor to their elders and to their kind who share the connection. Even they have a level of loyalty and honor. And you got all these guys down and women too, going along with this evil and this corruption, thinking they're going to be a part of the winning team. No, you're not. You're going to be the first to be eliminated. You're going to have to pay for your choice. You're in a no-win situation, really, because you're going to pay for your role in crimes against humanity. And if they were to win, you're going to pay on that. And you're going to pay with karma. So you're really in a no-win situation. That's why it's always good to mind your business, live your very best life, but don't go out of your way trying to hurt and steal and take from somebody, because the ripple effects you cannot escape. The consequences cannot be escaped. And that's just the way it is. Nobody can escape it, not even the gods. And this is why many gods, because there are gods, there are different ones, but there's one source. That's why so many gods are trapped where they are. They are doomed where they are. They can't move beyond where they are, but because they're used to being worshipped and they want to be worshipped and they need souls to worship them, herein lies this middle lane, this bandwidth where beings can be anchored here in physical form, serving them and giving them and worshiping them and giving them power from this plane. But if we were not anchored in the same place, they would not have that kind of power and connection. So the whole game really is about power and dominating souls. And yes, these are beings who have taken. So if y'all think slavery is just unique to this plane, you're sadly mistaken. I already seen it and I know it. These are beings who have taken beings from other planes and other worlds and enslaved them as well. This is how deep the rabbit hole goes. So, when I get to talking and I get really passionate because I'm hot blooded, that's why I got this. I start sweating up a storm. But I just wanted to come in and check in on everybody, say hello, to encourage you. No matter what, do not be afraid. Stand your ground. And support your loved ones like you've never supported them. I mean, people, when I say your loved ones, I'm talking about family members who you have. Don't take anything for granted at this point. Love on your family like you've never loved on them before. And what you'll find, the more you project love, you're going to see that force, that opposite energy that hates that kind of vibe coming in and trying to disrupt it. That's all the more reason why you got to like magnify that energy. Stay connected to that energy. This is why I'm always with my sister, my niece and nephews. They're not only my blood brothers, they're my best friends. And my cousins, a few of my cousins I'm really, really close to. They're my best friends. And when I'm with them every day, all the time, I'm a hugger. I hug them and shower them with love. That's just who we are. I tell them love is food for the soul. Now, y'all can't be running out hugging any and everybody. I'm just saying, the people, you guys, I think I'm chatting with a pretty discerning audience. You guys know, pour love, give love, and stand on your square. That's the biggest thing that I want to say. And be prepared. Be ready and prepared. I'm standing up. God is awakening. I'm standing up for my beliefs now more than that. Absolutely. A lot of medical officials are showing how ludicrous this deed were. Absolutely. There's a reason why these are people who have been on the front line of this. And if they're walking off the job in mass because they don't want that should tell people something in itself. But no, people still would rather listen to that. Oh man, if I could say what I really want to say, them, that mess, they have convinced a lot of people that they're the ones that really want to help them and make a difference is the enemy, and that they are their friend. And that's the danger. And that whole system is going to come down eventually. Again, all this has to play out so that we can see just how widespread and broad the corruption really is. It's bad. And again, I'm preaching to the choir because this is a much more discerning audience. But there are people out there that still have no clue. So they have to burn and learn. There are people running to get Yep. I need some wine. Hello, it's good to see you here. I know that I used to watch your videos. I will get back to watch your videos, sharing your different point of view, truth as well. And again, thank you, Shondell. And again, history continues to validate those of us whack jobs, conspiracy theorists, and the likes. History validates us, and this is why, like I say, the true hindsight is 2020. So again, when you guys go back and look over the years, when you look at the ones they've been hiding away, the people they've been saying putting out misinformation, people putting out information that may be offensive to people and all this stuff. They are hiding them away because they don't want to hurt people's feelings. You will find that those are the ones who were speaking the truth before they became so widely evident. Man, I missed you. Check all the time for a video. Oh, welcome, fam. Unfortunately, I'm about to bring this one to a close, but we got almost an hour in. Conspiracy theories have become conspiracy absolutely. And that buzzword was programmed into the consciousness of the mass to dismiss anyone, to dismiss something that a person is bringing to the table. So people have to ask, if even if it is a conspiracy theory, why shut it down? Why can't we discuss theories? This is America. Even if it's a theory, we should have the right to share it and say it. The fact they want to shut somebody down and shame and belittle someone because they're sharing something that may be perceived as a conspiracy theory is problematic. It should tell people, wait a minute, something's wrong. This is America, free speech. And let the people decide for themselves what they want to take and what they want to reject. I'm not going to lie. I'm looking forward to the day when the majority learn what is going on with this scam. It's happening. Trust me, it's happening. You do still have some media heads. They're brainwashed. They are deeply entrenched. And then you have the people who cognitive dissonance. They're thinking like when we bring things like this, because it's so beyond what they would think of doing to someone, they can't believe that people would be supposedly leaders who would be doing things like this, even though history has shown us this time and time again. And what happens when we don't learn from the past? I mean, not even the gods mandate anything. Well, most of them don't. Not even the God, not even source. Let me bring it down to the simplest analogy. Not even source mandate that we do anything. And like I told my cousins and them, these people are literally trying to not only. Now, remember, I'm telling you this is going to be proven unconstitutional. But what they're doing is strong arming and giving people the impression that they have that right when they don't. This is why they're basically pressuring people to consent. They can't make people consent, but if you take away someone's livelihood and people are afraid and they don't have faith and confidence in themselves, they'll give into the pressure, and they know it. This is a violation of not only the Constitution and some other laws, but it is a violation of our universal right. So they're breaking universal law, but that's what happens. Like I say, the anger. I mean, look at them when they talk. How they're very angry, and they come across as very frustrated and pissed off because their plan is not going the way they thought it would go. Those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat. Yeah. And some people are and are experiencing that and have experienced that now. Yeah. All right, guys. So it's 63 people supposedly in the room. Can I get those likes up more before I roll out? They're scared their plane is falling and will continue to fall. It is. That's the good news and again, I told you guys, I already seen down the timeline. Those of us who have the ability to see down the time, we already seen. Of course, they're casualties of war, but down the timeline, they won last time. This time, we got this. And they are angry, they are pissed, and this is where they're getting really sloppy and they're in your face with it now because things are not going the way they want it. Exactly. What happens when you don't Learn from. Oh, okay. I read that. Okay. So, guys, I'm about to go now. But again, thank you guys so much for your continued support. And again, support not just independent artists who will not sell out, not just it, not just me, but don't but support. Listen to me, I'm getting all kind of tongue tied. Um, not just for me, but please go out of your way and support independent art. These manufactured machine artists with all this money and stuff backing them. I I can't tell y'all what to do, but I'm telling you that this is a part of, they represent a different kind of energy that has been holding us in a frequency band within a state of consciousness that is not serving our highest good. Of course I don't need to tell you guys that, but there are those of us, we are putting out music that's the opposite of that. And because you guys are striving and you're on that frequency, those are the people we need to start supporting. And there are platforms coming up that will give artists, real artistry, magic, soul, real creativity with people, all this hypersexual. I mean, literally, the music today is really pornographic. It's sickening. And they're pushing this mess to children. I'm telling you, I'm so sick of it. And we all should be. So anyway, let me get off my y'all. Anyway, you guys have a good night. And I'm going to woo-saw. Yes, I am looking to the light, but because I see so much more and have been seeing it for a long time, even for those of us, it's very difficult. That anger, the anger, I have to keep working to stay centered. Because like I say, I don't like to see people being duped and bullied and hurt. And I hate using the hate word, but I have to be real. I hate bullies. That's what it is more than anything. And when I see these people rolling, I see a pack of wild wolves bullying. That's what I see. And so my raw reaction to it, that's what it is. It's that righteous anger. Good night, B. Wiggins. Don't be a stranger, peace. All right, guys, that's it. I'm done. Again, I will be back. You want more? My next video will be about an astral projection experience. If I get enough of you to send something to incentivize me, I'll put it like that. I promise. I will do a video sharing an experience with a moral to it, because I don't just share my life experience just for people to be a voyeur or to be entertained. There's always a lesson in it. I promise. And that video will be up next week. If you guys don't see a video, I didn't, not much happened. But I promise, if I get it, I will upload that video next week. That's a promise. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue putting that energy into a place where it's growing and flowing, and still helping the whole. And I'm going to continue to try my best to stay center and hold the light. And you guys do the same. Can I schedule it as a premiere? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll schedule it as a premiere. That's a promise. All right, guys. Well, you enjoy the rest of your evening. And by all means, you may want to come back and look at this video again, because you may have missed some gems, because a lot of times things go over people's head, or you may come in late and miss something that you need to hear. All right? All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.